seen it for years, but what's interesting about this team going in, right? They broke the Rams kind of streak. So I'm not a super superstitious person, but I think there's some merit to that. They kind of got the weird, hey, we own the Rams in the regular season monkey off their back. So hopefully we won't see the Rams in the playoffs, but honestly, it doesn't matter. But I think what I like about this team is how they've always been confident, but there's some mature, humbleness to them that I kind of noticed more than previous years. I don't know if you guys agree.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I think they, there's an intensity to it. There's a determination to them this year, but they're not going to let themselves get overconfident. They've gotten really close in the past. They can taste it. It's like nobody wants to F it up. You know what I mean? So I think they're very business-like this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
very business-like.
I feel that in years past, it almost felt like they expected to be there. Where this year, it kind of feels like, hey, you know what? We're gonna earn it, and we're the best team, and we're gonna go show it. Right? Basically, how you speak of Purdy's personality, I think the team is kind of picking up on that.
Yeah, no, I think that's so right.
Right. In the past, they kind of had Garoppolo's kind of, like, I'm cool. We're here, guys. Like, all we got to do is make an appearance and we're ready. And I think they kind of learned the hard way. I know we got to get out of here, but I got one question for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever heard, Bo, who's your favorite Niner of all time?
It's so funny. I've got so many. I mean, I've played golf with the late Dwight Clark, and DC was like a friend. So I got to say Dwight Clark. I was 11 years old when he put on the fur coat. They won the Super Bowl. He was like the cool guy on that 81 team. So I'd have to say Dwight Clark, but I also really loved William Floyd, bar none, on the 94 Niners. He was just so raw and tough and nasty, and I just loved bar none. Those would be the two that stick out to me. John Taylor, too, is one of my favorites of all time. He's just tough as hell and understated, and lets his game do the talking for him. Those would be my three.
Would you say he's kind of like a Ayuk in a sense? I never
that's a great call. Right? He reminds me. Ayuk reminds me a lot of John Taylor, but I would say DC, Shanahan, man. DC is my guy.
I know Shanahan compared Ayuk to Isaac Bruce, right? That was kind of his
similar build
report, right? Yeah, kind of long arms. Underrated.
Go fearless across the middle.
So my dog looks a lot like your underdog fantasy logo. I was cracking up on that. I was like, I just gotta get Bruce here a yellow bandana, And,
there you go. What's your dog's name?
Bruce. We named him. His full name's Lil Bruce Wayne. My wife loves Lil Wayne and kind of looks like Batman, so we kind of combine the two.
Does Bruce get a chance to run on the beach in Huntington?
No, you can't. You can't have dogs on the. Oh well, yeah, we have the dog beach kind of down PCH, but we don't really we don't really go to the beach here. It's kind of it's different. I always leave town. I'm always kind of elsewhere. So
hey Joe, we got to jump, man. Have a great night. Go Niners.
Hey,
we
thanks
appreciate
for having
it.
me. Go Niners.
Thanks, Joe. There you go. I loved it. Just up, Ramilia. How are you?
Larry, how you doing, brother? How you doing? Kev
streaming to his own channel right now, so we got a little dual stream going right now.
Look at Ramilia with the Rams shirt. Look at that.
I got to put a stop to it. Ayuk is no Isaac Bruce. Let me just start there. Not even close. He's good for a Niner receiver. Besides Jerry Rice, they had Terrell Owens and maybe.
Well, Isaac Bruce was a Niner too. I
couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that, man. But yeah. So the Rams are ready to go to Detroit, and Matthew Stafford saying, "Here's Daddy." Remember, I told you guys earlier in the year. I said I wouldn't be surprised. I don't remember word for word, but if we go in and beat the Niners. Now, this Rams team is different from other McVay's teams. We got beef on the front line with Dotson and Steve Avila. We have beef on the defensive line with Kobe Turner and Bobby Brown III, my prerogative, and you still have Aaron Donald in there. So we're different. And we have Kyren Williams, who, if he didn't miss the 4 games, and Cam Akers wasn't there, probably could have overtook CMC for the rushing title. But that doesn't matter, though. That's okay. Now McVay has the first time that he can run. He can do basically everything that Kyle Shanahan can. We can run. We can get Puka Nacua out there. We can get Cooper Kupp out there. Demarcus Robinson is the third wheel. He actually overtook Tutu Atwell. Now we're weak on the secondary. That's where our weakness is. We're weak in the special teams and the kicking. But this offense, Larry, if we can get past Detroit, which I think we should be able to, who knows with this young team, Larry? What do you think about that?
I love the Rams. I mean, think about it. They were in their rebuilding year and they got to the playoffs. So Les Snead, I'm a big fan of Snead. I'm a big fan of McVay. Avila from TCU is a monster, absolute monster at left guard. Kyron's super legit. I don't think, this Rams team, it's amazing what they've accomplished. But there's three, football's thirds, right? It's offense, defense, and special teams. The Rams are a great offense that's as good as any offense in football. The Rams are just an okay defense and a horrible special teams. And I think by all unbiased measures, I think, they've already, anything that happens for the Rams in the playoffs has already been a huge success because nobody thought the Rams were going to the playoffs. Nobody thought they were going to rebuild this. I will say this, the Rams are the team that the Niners have to fear in the conference in the future. But the Rams defensively don't scare me. The Rams on special teams don't scare me. And I think that I would definitely want to play ball control and keep the ball away from Stafford. But I think the Rams can beat Detroit, but I think Green Bay is going to beat Dallas. So then it would be Rams who? Who would the Rams get if Green Bay comes here and the Rams win?
We're rooting for Green Bay because then the Rams, if they get to the Niners, I think they play them in the championship game.
Well, who would the Rams play in the next round then?
They'd get the next team.
They'd get the Eagles, Bucks winner.
One of them, I believe.
Yeah, I think the Rams can win 2 games. I do.
And but you know what, too, Larry? Like, we didn't know what Puka Nacua was going to be, him and
awesome.
And these guys and Steve Avila, but people don't realize how
Atwell stretches the field.
Yeah, and we didn't realize that we didn't know that Cooper Kupp was going to be out to start the season. So luckily Puka Nacua's development went forward, faster. But we stole a game against the Giants because of our kicker missing their kicker missed, Mason Bing Crosby missed that, so we finally got a game. We were having tough luck. I mean, we lost a game against the Bengals where they overturned a Tutu Atwell touchdown. We lost that by 3. We lost against the Ravens. At one point, we ran 9 straight times against the Ravens defense. And that's why I say when we play the Niners, if you can run 9 straight times and get to the red zone versus the Ravens at Baltimore, we can do that against anyone. And then if you keep Matthew Stafford upright, we might be able to put points on the board against the Niners if we get there. That's well in advance. And if you get Brock Purdy behind and you make him one-dimensional, Kyle Shanahan has a tendency to freeze and he forgets to run the ball. It's like a great jab guy. He forgets to use his jab and he loses on points. But that's well in advance. But Larry, I want to say this. If Raheem Morris gets a head coaching job, I really hope that Stan Kroenke's hearing this. Let's Jim Schwartz, the Kyle Shanahan killer, let's give him head coaching money, bring him to be our defensive coordinator, and then we get all those. We have picks in every round of the draft picks next year. We have a clear cap, and then we're ready to go with get some edge rushers, get some help on the secondary, and the Rams are right there again. We are building towards trying to win now, of course, and then next year. But we're looking. I know that Snead and McVay have an eye towards that Super Bowl being hosted in Levi Stadium in 2026. Imagine Sean McVay holding that Lombardi at Levi Stadium in 2026. Now, that's a couple years away. We might have to have, maybe Stafford will be there, maybe not. Maybe CMC or Trent Williams won't be there. Maybe Purdy won't be the quarterback we think he is right now, because Jared Goff had similar stats. He had 4,600 yards, 32 touchdowns, and then 2 years later he was traded. So you never know what's going to happen with the quarterbacks. They look good a year or two in a row. So we'll see what happens with that.
Ramilia, we got to jump. We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Larry.
There you go. Thank you. There we go. Ramilia, big Rams guy. He's got his own channel, right?
Hey, one thing I will give the Rams props for is that their offense is completely created out of thin air. You know, Puka Nacua is a 5th-round pick. Cooper Kupp's a 3rd-round pick. Tutu Atwell is a 2nd-round pick. Kyron Williams a 5th-round pick. Like, their offense is not a bunch of superstars. It's guys that they drafted and have become great players.
They got a nice head coach and a good head and a good GM, and I think they're going to be. I think he's right from the standpoint of they got the weapons offensively. The only thing is Stafford's old, so they got to. If their windows for the Super Bowl, it's probably like a 2-3 year window. If they can build up their defense in next year's draft and show up next September with a big time defense, they could be a Super Bowl contender again. I'm a little skeptical, but to me, their timeline, it's like how fast can they build up their D before Stafford gets too old? If you really ask the question, Stafford's probably got 2 years, 3 years where he's going to be still Stafford. So their window, it's kind of a weird deal. They probably need to find their quarterback of the future, but if they can build up their D in one off season, we've seen other teams do it. They're going to be one of the toughest teams in the conference next year. There's no question.
And just because they're 9-7, don't underscore Sean McVay and that overpowering offense.
All right, Kev, good stuff. Let's pick our winners this weekend for the call-in audience. I am going with Wild Card Weekend. I'm going with the Browns to beat the Texans, the Chiefs to beat the Dolphins, the Bills to beat the Steelers, regardless of the weather, Packers to upset the Cowboys, Lions to edge the Rams in an unbelievable, fun shootout. And I'm going to go with the Buccaneers to beat the Eagles.
I only bet spreads, okay?
Give me your winners. Or if you want to give me your picks against the spread, give me your picks against the spread. I'll say this against the spread. It's Browns -2.5. I think they cover. It's Chiefs -4.5. I think they cover. It's Bills -10. I think they cover. It's Packers +7.5. I think they cover. It's Lions -3. I think that's a push. And it's Buccaneers it's Philly -3. I'll take the Bucs and the points.
I will preface this by saying I'm extremely good better. Okay.
Look at you.
I've been tracking my bets. I've been very well this season, and I gotta
piggyback your bets because I'm getting crushed.
You're getting
the last 2-3 weeks. I'm just getting crushed.
When I say I'm a good bettor, I know certain people that are really good at betting, and I just tail their picks. So you can tail me tailing someone else. So I mean, my picks right now are subject to change. But the people that
you're always shopping for other people's opinions.
I don't, because no one has time to do the deep depth in research for all this stuff. Unless you're a sports betting content creator, like you don't have the time to focus on this stuff. So I like to outsource my research to other people. But from what I'm seeing, a lot of people like Miami +4.5.
No way.
That's interesting.
Really?
I may
be 0 degrees.
0 degrees? No, that's the Bills Steelers.
Oh, it's going to be 0 degrees in KC.
In KC? Oh. Yeah, I mean, I haven't
right now in KC. Right now, it's -1.
If you can get Houston as a field goal with a field goal, that looks like it's good value.
At home, yeah.
Let's see here. I'm not really seeing anything I like right now. I would probably go Philly over Tampa Bay. I wouldn't be betting on Tampa Bay in the playoffs. And then let's see. Some of the people
Philly cannot take my money. I'd have to stay away there.
I would go Rams spread. I would go Rams spread. That's pretty easy. Now what's the number at with Buffalo Pittsburgh? Is it 9.5?
10.
Is that what you said? 10?
10.
That's a big number, especially with the weather. I'm probably
you know what's scary about that, Kev? The over-under is 36.5.
It's pretty high.
No, it's pretty low for a 10-point spread.
No, but I'm saying that's pretty high for a 0-degree game with Pittsburgh in it. With the Steelers in it. It's like 3 points under what it would usually be. I feel like the normal total for that game would be like 39-40.
It's the lowest number this weekend.
Yeah. No, I believe it. Green Bay plus 7.5. A lot of people like that. I don't know. I haven't made my decisions yet, but those are my initial leans.
Okay. One more thanks to the sponsors. Thanks to Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. Thanks to New York style Italian sausage. The only kind of Italian sausage I will eat is New York style Italian sausage. Thanks to Mojo Fantasy. Thanks to Underdog Fantasy. Check the link in the description. Use the promo code Krueg, Krueger, or G, Krueg, Krueg. And they'll match you for up to your first $100. And thanks to Marin Autoglass. Give them a call, 415-883-3030, marinautoglass.com. You lose a windshield, you need a replacement. Marin Autoglass, a great company. My man Saeed, who owns Marin Autoglass, is a great fella. marinautoglass.com. When you're in a pinch, marinautoglass.com. Kev, I'll give you final word before we bolt for the door. Good stream, lots of calls tonight, and man, I love the call-in show. There's something great about going face to face with the audience that always brightens my day.
Yeah, no, it's always great to talk to other people that support the channel, and it's always exciting to see a new face too that you haven't seen before. Because I don't know, it's definitely the best part about YouTube. The best part about YouTube out of any medium to consume content is that it's interactive. You know, totally. You're not gonna get that conversation with someone that's on TV.
Who was the guy shouting you out?
49ers problems.
49er problems.
Or 49 problems.
Yeah. 49 problems. Yeah, he was good.
Nice
he was
guy.
good. That's going to do it for us. Have a great rest of your Wednesday night. Tomorrow is Thursday. I'm back in Santa Clara tomorrow. Shanahan will speak to the media. We will have some of that for you. There'll be some players coming to the podium tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, the big show, the return of Vish, who was not healthy last week, but Vish is back healthy now. Vish, me, and Jesse tomorrow night at 6:30. Looking forward to that. And then, of course, Friday morning, Damon Bruce at 8 a.m. Chase Sr. at 10:45. And then we got, I'm pretty much sure that's pretty much it for Friday. And then Saturday, the coach stops by. Should be good. And Friday's my birthday, by the way. So you guys feel free. There's only one more shopping day left for all of you who want to buy me birthday presents. Big January 12th Friday for me. So we'll be going out to one of my favorite restaurants. And
where's that?
Well, Pig and a Pickle, baby.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Anyway, have a great night, everybody. For Kev, I'm Larry. Peace.
Yeah, never met a man I've been scared of. Careful, you gon' get